quick, you guys. Let me just ask you if anyone is having luck. That's her 2 camps.
I know, but there's another 20 in here.
There should be 40 in there.
Yeah.
There's 40 from me, 20 from Amber.
40 from you, 20 from Amber. Okay. That's fine.
I wrote it on the front.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Bleh. Really? Is anyone else's kids doing the ring around the rosies during scene 6, the babies? I couldn't get mine to do it. Like, they're just too noisy.
You mean at the beginning?
So, no, at the end.
Oh, no. Oh, at the end.
So it's okay that they're listening to Belle and Beast, because then they're like, what just happened? Even though they heard it all.
So some people are having them behind
Like they're listening?
the platform like they were for story time. I just had mine sit down. They
Mine stay
could,
on their X's.
I just could not get them to do that. So just so you guys know, most 4 and 5-year-olds can't do.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is funny. I know we're trying to be fast. On Friday, they were going too fast. And I told them that if they went too fast, their petals would fall off and they would be naked flowers. And I realized I probably shouldn't have said that.
X-rated upswings.
My kids would be like, okay.
So honestly, I mean, today I was really curious if she could make that work, and she made it work. But if you can't make it work with your crazy upswings, just have them sit their ass down.
Sam is right. It won't look like the kids are listening because they're never paying attention to anything.
Oh, my upbeats.
Yes.
When does that come in, that they start that
No
ring
one
around
picks
the
the
rosy
upswings.
process?
At the end,
Right after the song.
Right after the, got it. Right after that song?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thanks.
I noticed that you only did Ain't No Sunshine only once.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
I liked it better once.
Yeah.
It's not so
Okay,
repetitive.
so that's a
Like at
change.
the end.
Only when they go off?
Okay.
Okay.
It's good.
I have like hardcore training kids that it happens twice. Is that okay?
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell
That's
Shauna
fine.
about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just gonna point.
Sunshine.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But I was just, trying to pick up stuff. A lot of my out-of-town girls want me to tell them every week what's changed, and I just need to know.
Maybe they're watching now.
Just so everyone knows, if you start treats as early as she does, you're going to have to bring treats every week. I'm just saying. Once they do, I mean, I've done it, and I usually wait until the last 2 rehearsals because, I mean, if you have a small group and you can afford to bring treats every week, but I did it 1 week and then the next week, where's our treat?
Yeah, they will ask.
So,
I go to stickers. Like I've done treats, so like next week I'll do stickers.
oh, I love the ticket idea. I just want to warn you guys
I think
that
gummy bears are the best. I've been doing treats for the last couple of weeks because my kids were just out of control.
I'm just
like,
desperate.
I'm like, I'll give them to you, but you have to earn. Like, I'm gonna make you earn.
so you give them a
It's kind of
handful of
bribery.
gummy bears? Huh, one?
I've done Skittles where they got 1 Skittle.
What do you do?
Pinchers, like if you, I do Sour Patch Kids and gummy bears, and when they get them, they have to use their pinchers so they don't get germs, and they're really good at it.
But you give them to everybody or just the babies?
Always to the babies, but I do usually give candy to all the puppies.
Every week?
It's
During
really fun with the
rehearsals.
slingshot too, and Swedish fish.
But it's because there's
late night
like
things.
1 or 2 Sour Patch Kids at the end of like their big bag lasts a long time.
Some of us are
Tupperware
desperate,
container.
is what we're saying.
Some of us are cheap, and we don't want to give out treats every week. I like to hold out as long as possible because then it's like, okay, got all this candy. Oh, too bad. We're not gonna. If I wait. Anyway.
Can I ask a question really quick to Melody? Did you feel like the, sorry, did you feel like the ticket thing was worth your time and paying attention? You could focus on that and rehearsal because that looks stressful.
So my Thursday class is really, my Thursday and Friday class are the ones that are really struggling. Like half of them go sit in their mom's lap half the time, and the moms just let them. And like everybody has to go to the bathroom. Everybody needs a drink. And so I really did it for like my Thursday and Friday classes. And it really was like life changing. We had finally probably the first good rehearsal I've ever had with them. So this class probably didn't need it quite as much, but they were better today than they are on a usual
Did
basis.
you do it with the
I feel
upper
like.
class too?
No, just with the, but with the upbeats. I did like it with the upbeats because it does encourage them to sing, and I really do want my kids to sing as good as Amber's do.
It's hard to do if you're on your own, but if you have an assistant.
Yeah, if you're on your own, it's harder.
Told my kids there was a secret competition between teachers, and we have to win.
And we have to win.
Very secret.
Awesome.
So for my upswings, can I just share? I mean, this doesn't necessarily work with big groups, but it might. But especially like now that we're in rehearsal time, I and my kids totally dig this every week. I don't do it every week though, like every other week. I blow up balloons with the little activities for them to do, like the fish song or the jelly bean song or Happy Spoon or something like that. And I only blow up like 5 balloons, but I tell them I am watching for who is watching me and who's acting with me. And if you only have 5 upswings, you can totally do all of them. But it's worked with my like really hard little upswings.
And nobody
a
gets
lot.
scared when you pop the balloon.
Well, because I asked them, okay, do you want to pop the balloon or do you want me to?
you-
I mean, I give them that option, but I haven't had anybody freak out on
Okay,
me.
just
But
checking.
they've been so excited. When are you bringing balloons again? When do we get to pop balloons? So
I did
that's
that.
kind of been an encouragement aside from candy that.
I did
and
that
even
with
though
the
they're
really-
done with some of those activities, if they get to pop the balloon and pull it out, they're so excited. So
I
I
did that
just
with
kicked mine.
impossible upswings, and they were really good. Amber's idea is really good. It helped my upswings a lot.
I'm gonna do that next week.
So I have another dumb question about the chimes. Are we doing a chime in between each story?
I think it's just that first one.
the beginning of the book.
That's all the book says.
I know. I was just curious
I
why.
liked it though when we did that one, right?
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, I'm just curious.
And now it's time to turn the page. I loved what you told them last
I told them too. When
I
Miss
did
Nancy
too.
was a little girl, actually way
True.
true,
So now
but
feel
I
like
just,
I want the chimes. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if it would be maybe incorporated into the full rehearsals to have the sound person just go back and ring a chime. I think it's kind of cool.
Thank you, Keaton.
Although, are you leaving?
Oh no, I'm just packing up the car.
You're so good. So, I don't know, I think it would be cute.
Okay, that's fine.
I like that.
I can put that in there.
Well, I mean, we did it last time. Okay, now this is a really weird thing, and I need to ask everybody that wasn't here. We've got a little company problem, and I want to bring it to everyone's attention, and I was going to send an email, but I didn't get it done. We have run out of space to house costumes. And now that, let me just, before it was like we held onto the costumes so the summer girls could use them. Now we're opening up summer to everybody. I mean, we always have, but I think there's more people that are gonna wanna do summer, meaning we wanna keep shows. We wanna keep as many shows that are current and get rid of other shows that are not. So everyone that does summer has housed a show, and we're out of space. So I'm begging and asking for the company's sake if anyone will think about taking a show home. And
We're building a house. We decided like a few days ago that we're gonna have an unfinished basement with lots of extra storage. I can take another show.
And I still have space too.
do you really? Whew,
I
okay.
have 5 shows.
So she has
I don't
5
want Beauty and the Beast though. I don't have room for that.
That, you know, we'll make it work. It's just that I want to keep the top shows, and maybe we do have to get rid of, like, I have Shrek,
I have witches.
and see,
I think anybody's using it.
I think it's too old, and I think,
Witches is okay. Has anybody been using it?
no,
Steph almost did it this year.
almost.
But that
But that's old, and so is Enchanted.
We had a huge enchanted camp last year.
Okay, then we're out of space. So, company-wide,
Don't
We
give it
need
up.
to decide though. You're right.
company-wide, we need help.
And we should
Like, is anybody
decide
gonna
what-
do, like somebody I think has Little Mermaid, and I have Pirates of the Caribbean. Is anybody gonna do Little Mermaid Pirates, or can we throw Pirates away? I don't know.
I really like that part of it, but
Amber
I'm
wants to
not
keep
gonna
all
make
the
us
shows.
keep that. So, no, we need to just decide what's the best summer shows to keep because,
So we just need, all of a sudden,
like Brave, do we still have Olive Brave?
we do.
Because that's one that we could probably.
Exactly. However,
But
the
some of the costumes we go
company used costumes from Brave. That's why I shared with Ms. Shauna that it's not just a summer problem. It's a company problem.
Yes.
Because the company rated by being able to reuse costumes. But where did we put them all? I know you live in an apartment. Lacey, you live in an apartment. Lacey lives in an apartment.
My garage is.
I have a house, but it fits real snug.
You'd
Okay.
be surprised, like, not all the shows are huge. Like, I feel like I have a lot of the big ones because I do have the space. But, like, a small show is maybe like 10 bins. Like, you can really consolidate it pretty good. Not saying that your house could fit it, or
I might be able to. There is a space we used to keep carpet, and I don't think there's carpet, and it's in my garage. I mean, it wouldn't.
And garage is fine.
Garage is great.
And
just there are bigger and smaller shows. And
we
can
just
work it
want
out.
to
I
keep
need a
them, keep the ability for anyone to do any show for summer. That's why I'm coming to you guys, because Shauna said, find a solution, Nancy, and it's like,
But I agree, we use them in different shows still.
So it's not
that's-
just a
it's
summer problem anymore. I think it's a company thing, so we all need to
And we
pitch
go
in.
and pull props out from different shows.
That's
and-
what I shared with Ms. Shauna, so that's why I'm coming to everybody. Okay, so keep it in mind. Yes? Do you want to add something? No. Can I just say that you're amazing?
Isn't she though?
How
She
did
even
you-
sent me a text to remind me to wear green on St. Patrick's Day.
How
That's how
did
blurry
all those songlets?
I watched the video and wrote notes. That's literally it.
Has a better brain than some of us.
Do you like how I don't even know this?
I mean, I can do this all day
You
long,
You're the
don't.
one in the video.
but oh my
I was
gosh.
reading the video and then I probably forgot.
Wait, this is not that song. I'm like, what
Did
is that?
did any of your kids know them?
Some of mine.
Like a few.
I mean, I usually follow my kids when there's 1,000 of them.
sent
I was
all the
extremely
songs to all the cats.
I did.
You
Or
what?
I sent all the song lists to all the upbeats for them to learn at home.
And did they?
I'll know on Thursday.
Yeah, you will.
And I sent an email. I'm waiting to see your amazing performances and impress me.
It's a lot. I
So we'll
mean,
see.
you blew my mind. Like, you just were like, nothing. I mean, you just came home from vacation, nothing. I learned 28 songlets. You're welcome. Come be my dancer,
9
please.
times out of 10, you just make it up. I get like partway through and like, don't remember what comes next. Let's do this.
But then the kids who've
yeah.
learned it have this really confused look on their face. They don't want to be rude to you, but you're like, sorry.
Sorry, that's how it's going. And then the next time you change again, they're like,
Miss Allison, you did
Lacey
this
said,
like Lacey
just
wants-
follow me. Even if it's different, just do what I'm doing. And they do, which is fine. Okay, that's all I have. Does anyone have questions?
I just have one, and it's really silly, but so like for example, I'm only gonna need to use 2 books. Like, can we do that? Can we just say I only want 2 books?
Of course, like
Okay.
for the back.
Yeah,
because
because I
I'm
only
only going
need
to in one of my shows too.
Yeah.
I think for small casts, we should.
Oh, you're talking about on the risers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have something to let everyone know about the Be Our Guest dance. Did my mom talk to you about the costume
Yes.
size?
Oh, I'm supposed to talk about that.
Oh,
Will you put the camera on her?
Oh, just that Lori subbed Allison's class and then called me because Allison was in New York.
she called me
just-
first.
Did she?
I told her, call Melody.
Yeah, and just
Not my
that
problem.
the object costumes, because Lori was working so hard on making them awesome, they're bigger than she really meant them to be. So like the kids really are gonna have to spread out, and I'm just gonna tell my kids, maybe even at my show, like I'm gonna get them out and I'm just gonna say, hey guys, just fill the space. If you're squished, go find somewhere else to stand. But like they really are gonna have to have a lot of space. And like I'm gonna tell them, if you can't kneel down, don't kneel. If you can't cry on somebody's shoulder, don't cry on their shoulder. Like, and they'll figure it out in their first show, and then they'll be fine in their second show.
so they'll be on risers and maybe in between risers.
Yeah, and they probably can't be on 3 dance lines, Lori
Yeah.
told me, because like they're too big front to back. So again, I'm just gonna
do
tell
that with your
them.
big group.
Yeah, we were
I don't know,
talking
I'm
about
really
that, that
nervous.
The
Because
stages
they
are
barely
gonna
fit
fit.
on the stage anyway.
I don't
We
know.
have big, beautiful stages, both places.
Like the
Big
parent
groups.
show
For the
is
big
gonna be
groups?
fine.
Yeah.
The daytime shows are gonna be tough. Those of us that have big groups and small stages for daytime shows. It'll be
So we
fine.
can keep 3 dancers per line? 'Cause
You
I
can
have
put-
mine that way right
So
now.
Lori says they're not all
They
big,
will not all fit
but
three.
like but not all will fit 3. So
But
you're
so
just
we
gonna
keep them
have
on
to tell them.
risers though, so I feel always like I
It-
have empty space and I'm like, oh
It
no,
won't be.
gaps everywhere, you know, so there probably won't be a problem.
I think if you just tell your kids, like, just find somewhere to be
Yeah.
that's close
Okay.
to the spot
Find
that we
someone
practice.
who's not as big to stand next to.
I feel like especially the Be Our Guest dance isn't super complicated.
Yeah.
And so as long as they're on the right part of the stage to go to
So
their
we
circle,
can't run them around anymore.
I think they can do that
You
still.
might be able to. My kids were having it, like, I couldn't get them back to the places that I wanted them to be in the time.
So,
But you probably
question.
can't.
Oh yeah, I asked that too.
This is
I'm gonna
probably
try it.
way off,
The
but
marching around?
what's gonna happen in scene
Then
7
are
when
they
they're
in
all
the
on
way
the
of
risers?
the silverware?
I think
That we might have to
Throw 'em
change,
across.
right?
I forgot
I
about
think they'll fit if you do 2, 1, and 2, and then some on the floor. So I have like 4 rows of objects. So like 5 on each platform, and remember there's 7
platforms.
risers.
Or
So that's like 35 kids.
Yeah, and some of the
And they'll be
costumes are
staggered,
smaller.
2, 1, and 2. And you can tell them, just find somebody who doesn't have as big of a costume as you. And they'll work it out at their first show. But we really do have to focus on stage voices with our upper class. Lori really did tell me that you have to tell the kids to yell because they're not gonna fit on that tape shape.
Okay, but the other thing is, you guys, we're gonna see the costumes for several weeks, so we will know. We see the costumes for several weeks of her class.
When does that
Sit
start,
on the
by the way?
platform?
April 4th.
And we're going to West Jordan?
Will 3 of them fit on a platform even?
I hope so.
She
They
hopes-
will,
was concerned
they will,
about it.
they'll overlap, they'll be fine, you guys. They couldn't be
When's
that
your
big for
spring
heaven's
break?
sakes.
My spring break is April 11th.
Darn it.
Oh, sorry. Blame Jordan District.
Yeah, rub it in.
Okay,
Nancy asked me, when is your spring break? And I said, not soon enough.
But we're seeing costumes next week,
Next week.
right? Are we
Do we get to take
taking
some?
samples home or
Not
not?
at all.
we're gonna take them after, when we're using them. We're
Okay.
taking costumes home when we use them, so we bring them back the next
So
week.
the loading the trailer party is next Wednesday, the day after we see the costumes here, at your
At my
house?
mom's house.
At your mom's house, that's better.
But we're not taking them, no, we're not taking them next week.
Okay.
They need to get loaded first. Okay, really quick, you guys. Fairy tales. Everyone's doing something different. Fairy tales. Like, some of the teachers are worried that if you put them back up on the risers, after they do their fairy tale part, they're gonna run into each other. Are you guys putting them on lines or on risers, back up on risers?
I
I'm
like
on risers, but it works for me.
I like the
What?
way that Melody's.
Being on the risers, because I have 5 fairy tale stories and it works. I put the non-speaking on the very top rows of
So
each
hers
riser.
never have to go back in front of a speaking team that's coming out.
Exactly. I have like
But
2
why do
kids
yours?
that do, and that's it.
Because I have all the fairy tales.
And there's
I have
3
like
steps. You
15
have to
fairy
go-
tales.
Go behind.
But I'm not even sure they can go behind because I don't know how big the book covers are gonna
Right.
open. So
That's
like
the
that's
only
why
way they can
I'm
really
not
get
taking
back.
it.
Yeah.
But Elisa, it makes
I
sense
have mine
because
on
hers never
only
have to
4
go.
risers. How many risers are there in the back?
4.
Four.
Oh, okay. We're,
You could put them on the 2.
I'm doing what
No,
you're doing
they're-
now, just
they-
to fill the
it
stage.
works,
and
like-
Are you?
Yeah, I think it looks
a little
nicer with,
bit.
So just slowly you're filling the stage.
I think the
But
dances
then
look way
they're
better.
not running
with-
down from the risers? Have a dance party?
mine
The
are.
back row is like all my non-speaking fairy tales are the back row, so they come down.
Mine are
Yeah,
coming
I've
down
got
for
5
see the
kids
light.
running down.
Oh, that's a good idea.
What?
I only have 5 kids that don't speak, and so they run down. But the rest of them are on their lines. So we have some running down, but I mean, it's.
I've done it both ways. I just can't decide which way I like better.
I like them just coming out of the book once and then going
Yeah,
back in the
I like
end.
that too.
I liked how
And
that
then
worked
what?
today. Just how Melody did it, where they come out when they do their story, and they all dance back in during the last verse, which apparently is Sam's idea.
I'll take
Like
it.
Melody did today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a
Dance
lot.
back.
At the very last they all dance.
They all
back
dance back
their
into the
book.
books.
Oh, yeah.
I like
I thought it was before. And then they run down. Okay.
Could Beast and Belle help close the books so they're not just standing there awkward?
I do like that.
That's a good idea.
I also, in my Friday class, saved and they all lived happily ever. Instead of doing it when the fairy tales were done talking, I did it after better when I'm dancing. And they said, and they all lived happily ever after and then closed their books.
That's
And I'm
cute.
not sure which one I like better.
I like that
Oh,
one.
I like that.
Yeah.
cute.
I'm just
and-
not sure they'll hear it because the audience is going to be clapping.
Oh, yeah.
So I wasn't like
That's true.
sold on it, but I thought it was a cute idea.
That is cute.
It was cute.
Clap back to the risers, and the scene is over. And then they walk back to
The
stage
books
right.
are off.
The book and they walk behind the books.
Yeah, that's gonna work
No.
real well.
Because if you close your
Finish
book
that.
cover and there was a little knob right there, when Beast or Belle closes it, whoever's just standing there can hold the knob shut. Do you know what I mean?
That's
If
true.
you guys were worried about, because I know we talked about clasping, that's an easy,
That's true.
and whoever before they open can just hold that.
Could Belle and Beast open the books too?
I think so.
So that the teachers don't have to come back on?
Yeah, that would be better.
Okay.
Because they're
Open
just
the
kind of
books.
hanging out anyway.
The-
What do you mean, open the books?
Go back and open the books at the when they start to read.
Yeah,
Because they don't have a lot of line. I mean, you know, they say a line, but
Like during the chime.
Help
Yeah.
on the chime.
Yeah, they should open on the chime.
yeah.
I'm just thinking,
Beauty
couldn't
and
have
Beast
Pete
sit
push it
down,
open.
so
Yeah,
they
they
have
could.
to get back,
Yeah,
like
they
stand up.
The
and
chime
move
is
their
just
butt.
the cutest.
Yeah.
I have not figured out how to get them to stay open, I'll be honest. Like I know how they're gonna build and I know how they're gonna clear the platform because the front cover is gonna be shorter. I haven't figured out how to make them stay open once they're open.
You gotta do something to like press on the door to the back of the.
Something like that. Or like to the next book over
Can we
or
like
something.
Velcro?
Yeah.
Like have like a square of Velcro on one cover that can like on the top corner of one cover that can like meet with the
Yeah,
other
that would
corner.
be with the other.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but then I don't know what to do with the third one, the one
Yeah.
that doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
And then
What
it
about
might,
just
yeah.
like a little stopper thing?
Stopper thing.
Like,
Like-
no, just like a little, like, not a brick, obviously.
What about one of the?
But
the
they're up off the
non-speaking
ground
fairy tales
because
stands
they-
in front of the doors.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Your new job is door holder.
And then if we use the chimes on each one, the door can open each time.
No, one of the little non-speaking.
Okay, we could do that. It's your job to keep the door open.
That sounds really stressful when they don't even get to try to the very first show.
Here, I haven't built them yet. It's gonna be my this
Are you
weekend
building
project.
them or is Alex building them?
I'm gonna build them. Alex just has to decorate them. I'm actually a pretty good builder. I just have no artistic skills.
Wow.
But I can buy styrofoam and duct tape it together to make two. And cut a hole out of the back one. That's my plan.
You can do it.
So these aren't going to be as heavy as our frostbite frames?
No, they're gonna be like the frostbite door. If you guys
That's
remember
right.
that
Oh
one.
yeah, we talked about this.
So out of that material,
It's-
just two.
Okay. I had questions that I didn't know how to figure out on last week, but we don't want to move too far forward, you guys, because there's going to be a lot of repetition, especially with the little kids. Like, we don't want to have both of their scenes perfect yet.
Thanks for saying that.
No, we don't.
Feel better.
No, we don't. We
I know.
can't. Otherwise, they're going to be bored to death. So, but yours are darn close. Mine, not so much.
Just a little on the boring side. I don't know how to jam them up.
Oh, they'll be jamming up. They'll be up.
have good costumes. It's fine.